Hey everyone, welcome back to another one of our High Flyer Digital webinars right now. We're so excited to be live right here and checking out exactly what you need to do for Black Friday. Hopefully you see this clearly. We've having some internet issues, some connectivity issues with our streaming platform, but hopefully this was looking good and all fixed and ready to go. So today we're talking all about our Black Friday email and SMS power-ups, the small tiny tweaks that you need to implement to make sure that you are running your Black Friday program really successfully, and it's really helping you get to the next level and ensuring that you are taking your program from just ready, kind of ready, to actually record breaking. And I'm going to give you some tweaks that I myself have used at the top brands, and I've also used at all our clients to help you really get to the next level and ensure that you are taking advantage of every single opportunity. You heard about death by 1,000 cuts. This is revenue by 1,000 improvements, really 20 improvements, but either way. So let's get going. Let me just make sure we're live everywhere we need to be. And we are set to go. Okay, awesome. Let's get going. So, number one, okay, my goal is to help you go from ready to actually record breaking, right? And we have some tiny tweaks that will help you get there. I have about 12 to 20 plug and play Black Friday hacks used by the top 9 and 10 figure brands that are like micro optimizations, right? They're going to help you. You could drop it in today. There's no redesigns, no rebuilds. And that's the key part here, which is that we're not here to tell you to disrupt your entire strategy. Hopefully by now, you are in a good place and strong enough to know that I have a plan, right? You have a plan already, and your designs are already underway, and your linking strategy is underway, and your landing pages are relatively okay, and everything is kind of ready. I'm going to help you close that gap, right? You may be thinking that you're fully ready, but you're probably only 80% of the way there. And if you're not even at 80%, well, then we have problems. We got to talk about something else, right? You definitely book a free audit. We'll share it with you how to get there faster. But definitely, if you are thinking you're 80% of the way there, here's going to help you close to get to 100 and 110%, right? So 12 to 20 plug and play hacks I've used. Micro optimizations that will help you. You could drop in today, like I just said. Weekend battle plan, help you squeeze every dollar out of your list and out of your Klaviyo and out of your entire Black Friday plan. And quick wins you can execute in minutes that will pay off in the thousands, right? That's really the goal for this, making sure that you get everything you deserve and everything you're entitled to. So who is this War Room webinar for? This hacks webinar for, and just this sprint plan, 7 to 8 figure retailers who really think they're ready, right? They think they're ready. They're not quite sure. It's for 9 to 10 figure retailers who want to level up further, right? They think they've already got where they need to be. I'm going to share with you some tiny tweaks you need to get even further. It's for 7 to 8 figure DTC brands who know there's more to email, right? They're saying, you know what, I have a designer, I have an agency that does design, and they did the copy and it looks great, but I feel like I'm missing something. There's something, I feel like the fundamentals aren't there, right? We run into that a lot. Founders and CEOs who need hard execution right now, right? Head down, pen to paper, sharpened pencils, execution time, right? Everything is moving smoothly. This is a webinar for you. And for CMOs who realize there's so much more to tap into, right? Usually it's if you're not quite sure, now's the time you got to tap into your full list, full potential, right? 5 days, full potential. I'll go through a couple case studies here that I think will really resonate with you. 7-figure luxury retailer last year went from 78K to 191,000 with these type of hacks and these type of tweaks. Obviously, we've helped them in October and November, and we helped them in December too. So they really grew really fast. But in general, these hacks helped them get to the next level. Grew by 144%. This 7-figure electronics brand went from 140K to 261K through Q4, 86% growth. Again, great hacks. This 7-figure home decor retailer went from $323,000 in the quarter to $588,000 through Q4. Huge gain, 82% revenue gain that fueled their 2025, right? We're already up almost the same numbers as last year, even more. We're not even at Black Friday yet. And it's going to fuel their 2026. 7-figure beauty brand, smaller brand on Amazon, over a 5-day weekend, grew by 209% year over year. Really strong results. And this 7-figure apparel retailer went 37% growth in revenue in Q4 to Q4 year over year, 37%, thousands and thousands of dollars just through some tweaks and really just overall strategy too. 8-figure health retailer went from grew by 120% over Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, year over year, thanks to these tweaks. 10-figure electronics retailer. As I always mention, this brand actually doubled their revenue, went from $10 million in Q4 to $29 million in next Q4 with these strategies. And not just the hacks, but also just the overall plan for Q4, which is a whole separate webinar. Hopefully you caught that. 8-figure brand doubled sales every year with our strategy. And this 9-figure retailer went from 47 million to 73 million in just 8 months with the strategies I'm going to teach you on this webinar. So before we get too deep, a little about me, just some background. Who am I? Why am I hosting this? Why is it important? I was ex-VP of retention, email, SMS, speaker, author, panelist, founder. I've managed multiple million-member email customer files, wrote the book on it, masterclass on it. You can see the book right here. Have a new copy, right? Our 330-page Ultimate Email and SMS Playbook. We're creating an audio version by the end of the year. I know it's been really on demand, right? Audio version. And we've updated it also for 2025. Worked with 110 plus brands, and mostly I've been on your side of the table. You're going to hear my horror story that I always remember, and I tell this story every single Q4, right? Because it's such a bad story. I'm going to tell that in a second, but I've been on your side of the table. That's the key part. Our agency is trusted by over 110 plus retailers and brands out there. There's a lot more to add to this slide. 7 to 10-figure brands you know and love and trust. And I'm proud to say that part of what makes us really special is the caring. And the fact that there's caring behind what we do, it shows that we find these little opportunities where they think we're already done. We're going to level up further, right? We're going to surprise you with someone else. And every year there's something new to add, right? Every year there's a new surprise, which is why they're doubling sales year after year. Here's my horror story. My email platform crashed on Thanksgiving Eve, and I still generated $20 million. Still generated $20 million right there. My ESP, up until the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, it was going pretty well. And I relied, just like you may be relying on, I relied on Black Friday, Cyber Monday every single year. But over the years, times changed. Prime Day came, and customers started buying earlier in the season. And then there was COVID. And then the cherry on top of a terrible Q4 at the time was that my ESP broke on Thanksgiving. I won't say which email platform that is, email service provider, but it broke. We think it was hacked, right? We think it was kind of hacked by someone. You don't have an email platform going down on Thanksgiving Eve unless there's some rogue element there, right? So it broke, and I was banking everything on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I needed to pivot fast. And part of this was what prompted me to start building out a Q4 strategy as opposed to just 5-day Black Friday, was the fact that I needed to hedge myself. I needed to pull sales in earlier in October. I needed to win Black Friday sales earlier in November. I needed to increase repeat purchases in December. So I needed to reconfigure my mindset and reconfigure my strategy beyond just 5 days. Luckily, I was able to do that. But what also helped me over this 5-day weekend were these hacks I'm going to share with you. Are these small, tiny changes that will help you, add a little bit more. Taking an email that generates 5% click rate to go to 5.5% is monumental, depending on your list. Taking your open rates from 30% to 40% is huge. Taking your conversion rate from 1% to 1.2%, huge. Small wins, small opportunities is what you need to focus on, right? Especially at this time. Right now, again, like I said, you're already planned out. I hope you're planned out. You should be already planned out for Black Friday and Cyber Monday and know what you're doing. Know your offers, know your plan, know your conversion rate, know your landing pages, all that. And this is going to help you get over, push just a little bit more, right? Get that extra little rep in. That's pretty much what, right? You go from 10 reps to 12, right? These are going to help you. I'm your wingman. I'm your spotter. So that's how I helped grow my one brand from $3 million to $10 million in Q4 year over year with this strategy, because I was able to start, optimizing my hacks, optimizing my program, getting my little things done and checked off. But I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have even focused on it if my email platform broke, right? I wouldn't have had to scramble with my team and say, guys, we got to make our numbers because we just lost Thanksgiving Day. We lost part of Black Friday in the morning. It came back online, mid-morning, but I got to make it up. What can we do? What tweaks can we add to really help us hit our numbers? So trial and error. I learned the bad way. Recommend you always get my strategy, right? I distilled my entire 10-figure, my $1 billion email strategy into one book, as I just shared with you. And in that book, it teaches you that there's a mission, right? We're not on a mission to send more emails, blow your budget, bust your Klaviyo, right? Go broke, see very little ROI. That's not our mission. Our mission is to help you stop sending so many emails and texts, reduce the number, but make them better. Start building better relationships, send better emails, better intentions, better text messages, better relationships at the end of the day. And as I said, this year is when Klaviyo joined that mission and movement. They took the mission I've been saying in my book for about 4 years now, that I myself built out as a VP of retention. They said, yeah, build better customer relationships. That's the way it's at. So if there's one team moving in tandem together, it's us and Klaviyo. So if you're on Klaviyo, it's a no-brainer, right? We got to work together for sure. That's how we optimize every one of our clients' programs. We focus on building a relationship and work backwards from it. Our mission, right, generally, as you understand our philosophy, is always about sending the right person the right message at the right time in their buying cycle and repeating it consistently, right? Repeating it and scaling it for different products, cohorts, channels, you name it. And if you find the right person and send the right message, it's really the root of that is segmentation and personalization, right? But you can't just be stuck in the weeds on doing things. You got to automate things, right? And multiplication is how you scale beyond it. And I'll talk about that in a second, but just understand the foundation of how we approach it. Majority of agencies, majority of email marketers focus on one thing, which is design and copy. And that is a tactic, right? You don't need a tactic. Anyone could do a tactic. Tactics are subjective. Strategy is not. Strategy is objective. There's a whole plan. And the strategy can be scalable because it can work in Klaviyo, it can work in OmniSend, MailChimp, Sale through Bluecore. It can work anywhere you're growing to. But it doesn't work if you just focus on a tactic, right? Tactics are commoditized, not going to fly. So understanding the strategy, super important. Now, what does that mean? How do we break that down? It comes down to 4 pillars: segmentation, personalization, automation, multiplication, right? Right person, right message, right time, repeat. That's how we grow revenues from every customer on our list. Without personalization, segmentation doesn't really work though, right? You got to have both at the same time, right? Imagine you're sending a message to someone in Texas, very different language than how you speak to someone in New York, very different vibe than someone, a 2-time buyer versus a 1-time buyer, or a VIP buyer versus a non-buyer, right? So personalization plays a major role. Automation is how you save time, right? You break free from it. And multiplication is how you're going to actually scale beyond just sending more messages, right? If I was to break it down, it would look like this. Segmentation saves you money, right? You're finding out the right 80-20 of your list. Personalization makes you money because you're doubling your clicks and conversions, right? Sending fewer people, but the right people. Doubling your clicks and conversions because you're personalized. Automation saves you time, right? Reduces your manual campaign workload, which a lot of agencies love to do. They like to focus on sending more campaigns. Campaigns are one thing only, not even close, right? Automation saves you time. And then multiplication is how you scale your brand, right? Email, SMS, push, WhatsApp, customer service, paid ads, TikTok shop, all that is part of the multiplication phase that we work with, right? So that's the scale part. Now that I give you the foundation of our strategy, which I always reiterate within our webinars, it's really helpful to brands. They always tell me, I love that you reiterate your program here because it makes me understand, it frames it for me, right? Because I thought the whole time that email is all about your design. Email is all about my copy, and that couldn't be further from the truth. It's about the personalization. It's about the relationship. So let's recap my $100 million Q4 email and SMS strategy just at a glance. Hopefully you've seen my webinars in the past. Hopefully you've actually watched them. We've done a Q4 strategy. We've done my Black Friday game plan, 5-day game plan webinar. So watch those. I've also done some podcasts on our Retention Nation podcast that talks all about the nuances of design, the nuances of a great template, the nuances that you can really use to take your brand to the next level. So let's take a quick recap. You can get this all at blackfridayplaybook.com. It's a great resource for you, right? We have a domain, blackfridayplaybook.com. In case you want to see more, you could also go to go.highflyerdigital.com/Black Friday Playbooks Vault. It's also there. You get it all there to learn it yourself. Just a quick recap. Number 1, Q4. The holiday season moves up every year, right? Q4 matters a lot more than anything else, right? What does that mean? That means that your shoppers may have already bought for the year. They may have already bought their gifts in October. let's take a look at, let's take an example here, baby boomers, right? If you're a brand that sells products for baby boomers or grandparents, you want to target them, there's a good chance they born in October. 24%, according to Solstify, born in October, right? And 21% will buy in November, but only 11% will buy during Cyber Week. Is that interesting? So this may not be the best moment for you, but December, they're back to buying, right? So understanding who you're targeting, it's really important, right? If you're targeting Gen Z, clearly November is big, Cyber Week is big, right? December, not so good, right? They're on vacation, they're chilling. Millennials, same thing. They're chilling on 12%, barely shopping in December, but a lot of them are shopping in October and November. So understanding your customer, really important for your Q4. Now, our Q4 strategy always focuses on three main areas of focus, right? Areas of strategy. Number one, in October, focus on reactivate, get your list going, activating your list, making sure that they're ready for November. November, you're focused on revenue. It's time for those branding emails to go away. Let's focus on revenues and profits and make some money. Let's not dance around this, right? You want to go straight in for the kill, in some ways. And then December is all about repeat buyers. How can you get twice the amount of buyers during December, which then increases their lifetime value by 500 to 600%, which fuels your rest of your year, 2026. The time we're at right now is revenue. Right now you're here, right? This is November, and you're waiting for Black Friday. This time next week, if you're watching live, this time next week, we're doing this on Thanksgiving we're doing this on Thursday before Thanksgiving. This time next week, you're eating your Thanksgiving dinner. So this is the time you're at revenue, right? You got to get the numbers. Your inbox is flooded with early Black Friday and SMS Black Friday early access and things like that. So right now you're here. We're in the mindset of revenue. You've been waiting for this all year long. So let's capitalize on that. So before I get into the 20 hacks, power-ups, and tweaks I'm going to share with you, let's first zero in a little bit more on the 5 keys to achieve a $100 million 5-day weekend. These are the keys that are guaranteed to double your clicks and conversion. You see this guy exhausted. He's like, what am I doing here? I was hoping I'd have a good weekend and I forgot this or I forgot that. You're overworked, underpaid, right? And I want to make sure that you have these keys in place. As you can see how we're doing this, right? Big picture strategy. That's just generally how I operate, right? Big picture strategy, lower level Q4 plan, right? 5 keys, and then 20 tactics, right? So we're kind of thinking big picture and drilling down kind of high level, and then we're bringing it down to eye level, right? And that's kind of how we operate, right? 5 keys to achieve a $100 million 5-day weekend that will help you get to the next level. So here are the 5 keys. Number 1, your tech is stress tested and ready, right? You got to know if you have the right technology in place, right? You've maxed your Klaviyo tech. You've added in the right apps. Everything's running smoothly, right? You're getting conversions. You've removed the tech that slows you down. We just worked with a brand. They had a big sale earlier in November. One of their apps slowed down their conversion rate. That's not good, right? Could have been better. Could have been a more successful time, right? But one of their apps slowed them down. It's a shame. Don't worry. We'll recover that because Black Friday is coming up, right? But you want to make sure that you've audited your tech. You know what you have. You know what its potential is. You know that, are you using it to its full potential? Are some things you don't need? Remove them. Things you do need, keep them. That's the time. That's the key. You got to stress test your tech, right? Sorry to say that fast. You're paying Klaviyo for Ferrari features, but most likely you're using like a Toyota. That's a big line I say all the time, right? Klaviyo, you're using 10% of its full potential. 90% of it is wasted, right? You ever think about that? You're paying. Again, another example. We just got off a call with another client where they asked us, well, how much, I'm afraid of going over our budget for our emails. I'm like, wait a minute. For the past 9 months, we've only been using 30% of our total email volume. You could be sending more. You should be sending a little bit more. It's not like you're hovering at 90% every month and you're worried about going over. I get that. But if you're only using 25% of what you're paying for, you can get a little more aggressive. You can get a little bit more creative. You can test more and see what's working better. You can hit your better list a little bit more, right? So you're using Klaviyo, you're paying for it, or you're paying for OmniSend or MailChimp or Bluecore or ListTrack, and you're using it like a Toyota. You're not using it at its full potential, right? I do this all the time, right? How much information do we know about our phone, our iPhone? barely anything, right? But imagine if I unlocked its true potential, man, how productive it would be. Same with Shopify. You're only using a little bit of your tech. You got to use more of it, or at least understand what its potential is. Number two, you want to maximize your Klaviyo and Shopify ROI, right? You want to understand where are your tech gaps. What are your gaps right now, right? Are we losing people from our ads? Are we not delivering enough? Do we have the data we need to make decisions, right? And once you know what your gap is, you can close it. That's the key to this holiday season, right? Knowing where the fallout is. Great example, if brands, put in their email for Black Friday, they put in a link that goes back to their homepage. Well, that's not going to convert as well as a custom landing page, which I'm going to talk about in a second, right? So maybe you need an app, or maybe you need a developer, or maybe you need to understand how to build a landing page in Shopify that converts at a high level. Maybe we need to put a banner over a collection page, right? All these things are the gaps, and you need to fill them, right? Because if you don't fill them, you're just going to leave them. So unlock that $40 for every $1 spent ROI promise when you understand what your gaps are and close them. Another one, you have your best possible list engaged, right? By now, hopefully you rolled out my Q4 plan. Even if you haven't, at least you know what your list is, how engaged it is. Is it active? Is it, clicking and opening? Is it converting? Are they adding to cart? Like, what's the most engaged population? Deliverability is key. Who's the 80-20 of your segments? Because now you know what your right list is. And if you can hit that list more often, you'll make more from them. You'll unlock more revenue potential, right? Focus on the 80-20 that really matters, right? One segment could attribute 80% of your results. I've done probably by now hundreds of thousands of tests on segmentation, and I found out what is the key segment I need to hit more often that's going to make me 80% of the revenue. And I've seen that, and clients see that all the time, and they realize, wow, I only need to send to 5-10% of my list to make money. The rest, what do I do with it? I test, right? I learn, try and get them to that 5%, right? And the other side is that when you're batch and blasting, you're not making any money. You're actually losing your list, and it's costing you more money. So focus on the 80-20 that really matters. That's the key part. Another key for Q4. Another one, I think this is number 4. Stop winging it. Use what works. You've tested your offers year round. You know the best send times. You know the copy. You know the creatives. You know the linking strategy that converts best. And hopefully you've perfected segmentation and personalization. If you haven't, well, you should have called us in January. You can still pick up the phone and get an audit done, right? But the point is, you got to roll out with the winners. Now is the time to roll out the best of the best, not winging it with some new offer. Like, what should I run this month? What should I run over Black Friday? It should never be the question. You should never ask yourself that. You should know, guess what? This crushed it in July. This crushed it in February. Let me add to it, sweeten it, or double down on it, right? Don't wing it. Now's not the time for winging. Number 5, the money is in the follow-up. That is really key to understand. Your campaign that you're obsessing over, probably spending 75% of your time obsessing over a campaign, that's just going to last for 5 seconds in the inbox, right? It's going to get opened, clicked, paid attention to, moved on. Hopefully they click, hopefully they convert, right? Conversion rate, what? As high as 1 to 5%. That means 95% of people aren't converting from your campaign. That's where the flows come in. The money's in the follow-up, right? You've audited your flows. You've identified and closed gaps. You have a 5-day plan for your abandoned flows, which I'm going to give you now. You turned off your testing and you're running strong. Now you have a strong reactive flow game. So understanding that the money is in the follow-up is a key part of winning the Black Friday Cyber Monday weekend. We have a ton of flows from our automation autopilot portfolio. We call it autopilot because this goes on autopilot in many cases, right? Ton of flows in our portfolio that we run out for every single brand we work with, all on a roadmap, making sure they're all optimized and perfect for your brand. And it just allows us to have better follow-up, which is something that a lot of brands don't realize. Your campaign goes out, the money's in the follow-up, right? That's the key. And it's not in the ads. Why spend money on ads to retarget someone when you could do it with email SMS for free, right? That's the best way to approach it first. Number 6, there's actually about 6 keys here, I realized. You're going beyond email silos and being multi-channel, right? You want to focus not just on being the email and SMS, execution, right? You don't want to send emails all the time. You want to harmonize email, SMS, paid ads, organic search, Google ads, offline customer service, WhatsApp. All these are harmonized together, so everyone's fully in the loop, right? Your email goes out with an offer. If your customer service doesn't know what's going on, you're going to get a complaint. Customer service is going to complain. No one knows what's going on. You got to get everyone in the loop, right? And have a good sense of uniformity, right? Everyone's harmonized. And you give email and SMS first pass, making sure that email and SMS is the cheapest channel, highest ROI. Give it first pass for everything you do. Now you have an omnipresent plan, right? Take this example here, right? Like abandoned cart. You send a cart abandoned email, sure, and you send a cart abandoned text. Of course, who doesn't do that, right? Maybe if you're not doing it, definitely you get that going. I'll show you exactly what to do in a second. Send the data to other channels. Send to Meta, Google. Have customer service pick up the phone if you have a high AOV product. I work with brands that do this all the time. We set it up for them, and they're making money. Maybe not from email only, right? It's omni-channel. It's multi-channel. It's the best way to do it, right? So making sure you're thinking beyond just the channel and thinking more omnipresent. That's key to the holiday season, including Black Friday, and really key to the rest of your year in general. Now that you understand some of the keys to delivering on a 5-day game plan that's really going to crush it, let's talk about just the specifically Black Friday, Cyber Monday email consumer psychology, understanding how customers shop. And that will help you, again, double your clicks and conversions. Why click? Because every relationship starts with a click. You want to make sure that the clicks are up, customers see you, they embrace your message, they want to click through, right? And they want to convert, right? That's the key part. You can't just have clicks come to your site without conversion. You want to have both. So let's understand Black Friday consumer psychology before we get into the hacks. As I mentioned in the past webinar went all through this. Definitely check that webinar out. Number one, think about how you were shopping on Black Friday back in the day, right? Back in the day, you went to a mall, you start off in the mall, you're like, wow, Black Friday's here. I know there are sales going on. Let me go to the mall and see what's out there. That's your curiosity phase. You're unsure about what there is. You go into a store, well, what do they have on sale? The sign says up to 70% off, but what's up to 70% off? Is it something I'd like? You're in the curiosity phase, right? You're exploring, looking around. You're looking in your inbox. There's 20 emails from your favorite brands, and you're not sure, where's my money going, right? Curiosity. Next phase is curated, where you're zeroing in on the right brands, right items for you. You want to say, okay, I found what I'm looking for. I know what I need. I know what I need to get for myself. I know what I need to get for someone else, right? So now I'm in the curated phase where I'm going to look around and zero in on the right items. That's midday on Black Friday, right? Midday, afternoon, I'm zeroing in. Maybe I'm doing some more price checking across other brands, see what else is out there. The size check, maybe a color check, right? Things like that. The last phase of Black Friday, similar with Cyber Monday, is clicks, right? Customers on the fence need one last reminder. You're so close. You didn't buy yet. Are you still thinking about it? Let's get them back to the site and checking out right away, right? That's your clicks phase. So curiosity is how you start the day. Curated is how customers adapt and say, like, I'm kind of almost there. And clicks is how we get them to convert at the final stage of the day. Understanding that, you can actually build your template around that, right? I'm going to show you an example of a template structure that we did. It's on my podcast. It's on the Black Friday webinar from last month. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but we already stack it with a hero image on the top. Navigation drives exploration, showing different products, different selections from your entire SKU library. If you only have 1 or 2 SKUs, well, this may not work for you, right? But figure most brands have 100 to 500 SKUs, 500 SKUs, 100, 500 SKUs to start. And then we work with brands, million plus SKUs. So you need that navigation. You need that exploration, right? It's like an aisle, right? You need to be able to look through it. Products that yield conversion, dynamic products picked for them, things we think you'll like, and banners that show your holiday value, free shipping, extended returns, things like that. This is an example of the template structure in real life, right? This is what Macy's does. I'm going to show you other brands that do the same thing, right? You have their hero image on the top, you have their navigation in the middle, products picked for me that yield conversion, and banners that show added value, right? That's how the top brands build out their template structure, right? While you're thinking about, I just need one image with a great product, I don't think so, right? You don't rely on just one product to sell your entire weekend, right? You have so many options. Usually, unless you're a DTC brand that has like one product or 1 to 5 products, yeah, you may want to focus on those 1 to 5 products and just call it a day. But if you're a retailer or a brand that has 100 SKUs or 20 collections or a whole bunch of variety, show variety, right? And just use your AI, use your technology to merchandise for you. That's the key part. And that's how it looks, right? Curiosity, curated, clicks. We're pairing up the template to the stage they're in. So midday, beginning of the day, curiosity, explore. Midday, curated. We found these for you. We think you'll like them based on what you're doing. And then clicks. End of the day, go in, go shop. Just click that hero image, go buy, right? Again, I did a whole webinar on this. Check that one out. Really important to see that. But you can see this is how the big brands are doing it, right? So if you want to learn from the top brands, you go and see their templates. You can see the structure right here. Same thing with Nordstrom, same thing with Wayfair, Guitar Center. All of them have a structure that gets massive amounts of clicks, massive amount of sales. Perfect. So number one, we've tapped into my overall strategy, right? That works year round. We've zeroed it in and distilled it down for Q4, a Q4 email SMS retention strategy. Then we're zeroed in on the Black Friday game plan to roll out curiosity, curated clicks. Now that you have your plan in place, now we're going to dive into those little optimizations, those little hacks, those little additions that will push you over the edge and start getting customers to be like, wow, yes, I want this product right now. So let's get into these power-ups. Look at this kid right here. Boom, right? Let's get into these power-ups that will help you get to the next level. And more importantly, I'm going to put a time on it. How long it takes you, how long it take you, or really it takes us, right? We do this quick. We're the experts, right? So we do this really quick. We know how to optimize things really fast. And I'll put a timestamp on it so you can see exactly what I mean. I'm breaking up the hacks for every stage, right? Number one, the first stage of the hacks are the strategy side, right? The strategy is like, what's my email strategy? What's my plan for Black Friday, right? So I'm going to add some ideas that help you enhance your strategy. Number two, I'm going to add hacks that will help enhance your site experience. Email is just a traffic generator. We're just here to get traffic to the site. So if you're not converting on the site, well, you need to know what to hack, right? You need to know what to improve. Number three, I'm going to give you campaign hacks that you can optimize from your campaign side. Number four, I'm going to give you flow hacks, right? Flow power-ups that'll help you power up your flows as well. And finally, end with multi-channel options. True to our strategy, right? Start with strategy first, go into tactics second. That's the key part. And again, I'm not blowing up your plan. If you have a plan, roll with it. At this point in time, as of Thursday before Thanksgiving, I'm assuming you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you better pick up the phone and call us, right? We're here to help you. But the most important thing is that you have a plan in place, and these are going to help you get to the next level. These will not, replace your existing plan or disrupt your entire flow. It's just going to be additive. And the key part also, everything we do is incremental. We want to have incrementality. We want to get to the next level. So let's jump into it. Number one, strategy hack. Let's start with strategy first, right? How do you think about your strategy? Like, what do we need to do to steer our entire 5-day game plan? Number one, just go to Klaviyo and review your top email heat maps. Very simple. Go to your top 5 to 10 stale campaigns. Pull them out, open them up, go into the table right here, right? You can go, there's a section called clicks, I believe, and go to table and then go to visual. And in that table, you can see what are people clicking on in my templates. And if you've been running an early Black Friday, or you've been running a Halloween sale, or a Prime Day, or a Labor Day, right? Pull up your templates that you ran and see where people clicked. Great example is on the right. You can see that in our big long template for this brand here, they got about 37 clicks on one of the graphics, below the fold, but they had 67% of the clicks come from the one above it. So what does that tell us? That told us we need more visuals like that. We need to focus on products like this. We need to focus our copy on this type of terminology, right? This type of vibe, because we'll get more clicks from it. So take the time now to review your heat maps. I've always found whenever you design these long emails, and I see these designers putting out these gorgeous pieces of art, which is amazing, but reality is only the things above the fold, those get 80% of the clicks, 70 to 80% of the clicks. Everything below it, it's not to help customers. It's just to make clients feel good and happy. It doesn't help. Look at your heat maps. Prove it, right? Different links get different clicks, and you want to see in your heat map how to craft the best template. This will take you 15 minutes. It takes my team 15 minutes, right, to review all our heat maps. We have a plan. We know exactly where to look. We know exactly how to read it. So review your email heat maps. Time, 15 minutes. Power up number 2. Well, again, in the strategy niche, right? Turn off your flow tests and go with winners. Many times I've ordered a brand and I've seen that they've had a test running for a year or for 6 months or God knows how long, right? And the time to turn it off is now. Check out this brand right here, where we're running a test recently and they were getting a 7% click rate on one of their versions, and version C was getting a 13% click rate. Well, what do you think I want active on Black Friday weekend? I want the 13% click one. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to go live with it. I don't want to see the 4% one anymore, right? I want to go with my winner. So go with your winner. Multiply this up by how many touches you have in your cart abandon, your checkout abandon, your browse, your welcome, post-purchase, everything. All tests are gone. We're done testing. Testing is done. Go with the winners, right? This should take you 10 minutes. It takes our team 10 minutes to get it done. I don't know if it'll take you 10 minutes, but these are the hacks you should be doing right now. Go through it, clean it out. Number 3, strategy hack. Differentiate your linking strategy from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Your linking strategy, your offer strategy also. Now, you may say, Isaac, I planned it all out in advance already. Where were you, a month ago? Well, you didn't catch my Black Friday webinar then, didn't you? Right? But the main thing is change something, right? Change your look and feel of the page. Change the link, right? If you have a Black Friday link and your thing is, Amazon.com/Black Friday, and you're linking using the same link for Cyber Monday, change it. Call it Cyber Monday. Have a different link, have a different feel, have a different brand, something different about it, right? You have a unique theme, a unique landing page, unique products on the page, something, mix it up. Because what will happen is the amount of conversions you have from these will be diminished. Right? Why diminish the conversions on a Cyber Monday by using the same offers you ran on Black Friday? On top of that, if you have an early Black Friday offer, change the page, right? Change the page on Black Friday from early Black Friday. That's going to help you convert more. Customers will come to the page and see something different, and that's what you want them to do. You want them to see something entirely different. It's a small tweak. Take your Black Friday page, copy it, call it Cyber Monday, send it over to your team. Right? Small little things like this help increase your conversion. That shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes, right? Now, if you're looking at your page and saying, "Oh my God, we have a whole mess here. It's a whole disaster, and there's something going on." By the way, there's a hack for that coming up in a second. But you want to also make sure you're running out the best pages too, right? You can't just throw things on a page and hope for the best. But the main thing is, don't just link to your homepage and call it a day. Create separate, dedicated pages. Customers see something different than your standard offers, something different in their experience. They will convert at a higher rate. I would give this 20 minutes. We get this done for brands in 20 minutes because we help them. We want to make sure that this is helpful to me, because the better links I have, the better conversion opportunity we have, the better my email and SMS and text message perform. That's hack number 3. Hack number 4 goes right in line with hack number 3, right? Power Up 4 goes right in line with Power Up 3. We're going to differentiate weekend designs, right? You want to make sure that your designs look totally different every single time. I'm not talking a top-down overhaul. I'm talking invert the colors. Change it. If you're doing Black Friday is black with red on it, invert it from red to black. Small tweaks will double your clicks, right? These small little things, inverting your colors, changing a little bit of the layout, taking this product block and moving it down to the bottom, and this banner moving up to the top. These small little tweaks enhance your clicks, enhance your conversion. Thanksgiving Day, letter format, right? You can have a nicely designed letter or an HTML letter that totally, is not designed. It's totally, naked. It's just there to get the clicks up, just there to win the inbox, right? So differentiate those weekend designs. Again, I'm not telling you, a designer, to do a full overhaul. I'm telling you to say, just invert the colors, change something different, right? Obviously, back it up with data. Make sure you understand why you're changing it and get buy-in from your team. Small little changes will mean a whole lot of difference. Again, if I can get your clicks from 5% to 6%, that's a major win. If I can get your conversion rate from 1% to 1.5, that's a big win. That could be hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on your brand. Could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in extra revenue with 0.5% increase in conversion rate, right? So power up number 4, differentiate your weekend designs. This is all on the strategy side, right? Just getting the strategy foundation done. Let's now go to site hacks. What do we do about your website, right? Strategy's there. Now, what about the experience on your site? Number 1, run a Black Friday speed test, please. Just get an understanding of how your pages are loading. Just run it. Just go to pingdom.com, type in your URL, run a test. See how your page is performing. On the left is a brand we still work with, but we ran a speed test for them, and they got a D. They got an F in some cases, right? They got a D there. Their page size is 5.9 megabytes. Their load time is 3.7 seconds. I don't have time for that. 100,000 subscribers do not have time for that. Their load time could be crushing their conversions. They need to fix that. Now, again, it takes you 5 minutes to run a test. I don't know what you need to fix. That could take you days or weeks. I'm not sure. Obviously, this should have been fixed before, but it takes you 5 minutes to run a test. Maybe you can find a couple things there to fix, by Monday or Tuesday, and you'll be fine, right? Check out Sephora on the right. When I looked at this page, I first saw it, I was like, it's maybe not my type of vibe, right? But you know what? This page has a performance grade of an A, 100 performance grade. It's 5.4 kilobytes in size. The load time is 71 milliseconds. No wonder they're crushing it. No wonder they're destroying every beauty brand out there, right? And it may not be your look and feel that you like. You may want to have this certain aesthetic, but it doesn't matter about your aesthetic if your page is slow to load, right? So run a Black Friday speed test. You'll be surprised. You'll learn from it. If you can get that speed and enhance it, great. You may find some gaps you don't have. It's all about conversion. Once you run that Black Friday speed test, though, hack number 6, launch with proven landing pages, right? These are the site hacks. You got to have the right structure in place to convert the traffic you're seeing, right? We talked about this a couple of hacks already. It's all about the landing page. Email is a traffic generator. My job for my clients is to get traffic there. My job is to get the most qualified traffic there. I can assist and guide you on the right conversion rate optimization. At the end of the day, I need you to take ownership over it, right? We assist with that too. We have teams and agencies we work with directly for that. But you can see right here, these brands, Amazon, Wayfair, Hexclad, all have proven landing pages that they know work. They've been testing it all year long. Run a site speed test on your landing page, enhance it, make it faster, and try to get some understanding of where your best conversions are coming. Use Hotjar. Hotjar is a heat map software you can put on your site, even put it on right now. We did this in September, getting ready for Q4. We told you to put a heat map on last month, right? That's okay. If you didn't do it, we'll do it now. Takes you 20 minutes to craft a nice landing page that you think will convert. But again, hopefully you're not thinking that it will convert. Hopefully you know it converts. That's power up number 6. Power up number 7. Okay, set up exit intent pop-ups, right? Put up your pop-up. Now you have your welcome pop-up and your acquisition pop-up. Put up an exit intent pop-up. This should take you about 20 minutes, right? Exit intent mobile, exit intent desktop we have for this brand right here. You can see, look at the submission rate, 47 submission rate on our exit intent mobile. People are leaving the site, they click through, they stay, and it drove $16,000 in incremental revenue. Incremental because it wasn't there before. And on desktop, 7,500 in new revenue. That's great. That's on a Tuesday, Imagine on a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday. This data is on a Tuesday in a random November, right? So the amount of revenue you could recover just from an exit intent pop-up could be huge. It's up to you. If you want to make it obtrusive, non-obtrusive, which pages, you name it. That's all up to you. But get it on. Takes you 20 minutes. Perfect it, make it nice, you're done. Hack number 7. Campaign hack number 8. Now we're in the campaign hacks, right? We talked about the site, landing pages. We talked about strategy, just getting your foundation right. Now we're going to go to the campaign side. What are the campaign hacks you can run out? Power up number 8, build your Top Gun segment. This is a cool one, right? The Top Gun segment is what we call, at High Flyer Digital, we base a lot around, flights and airplane. Maybe I just want to be a Top Gun guy back in the day. Maybe I want to be Maverick. It was my thing. But build your Top Gun segment. That's the segment that you can count on to really drive results. They're always opening. They're always clicking. And generally, they're always converting. If you have a Top Gun segment, you can actually say, you know what? Well, Black Friday's not doing as well as I thought it would do, or Cyber Monday's not doing as well as I thought it'd do. Let's hit this Top Gun segment one more time today. And you'll be surprised. That segment may come through and help you win your holiday season, right? I've done this at the top brands. Cyber Monday was a little light. Every Cyber Monday, when I was a director of retention, then every Cyber Monday, my team of 5, my CMO, our merchandisers, all of us came together and we're like, "How's Cyber Monday going?" And every year, I don't know what it was every year there was this panic mode around noon that said, "Oh my God, are we even hitting our numbers? Are we going to get there?" And everyone panicked. And what happened was we start adding another send. And we're like, who are we going to hit now? We hit everyone, in the first send. We're going to hit a good population in the second send. But what about a third send? Should we hit a third send? Well, yeah, that's where our Top Gun segment came in. We crafted a really tight segment that rarely unsubscribes, always buys from us, always clicks, always converts. And we're going to hit them at 8 p.m. Boom, Top Gun segment right there. Guess what? Every year, like clockwork, Cyber Monday ended up being another 15, 20% higher than the year before. I wouldn't say my Top Gun segment was everything. It come down to landing page 2, but the Top Gun segment allowed us to convert and end the day strong. So that's it. Takes you 7 minutes. Takes my team 7 minutes to get it done. Could take you more. We have a whole bunch of different variables we put into that segment, but create one for yourself. Campaign hack number 9. This is going to power up, even more. Suppress your day of buyers. Put in your day of buyers into your segments and suppress them. So therefore, automatically, they will not keep getting repeat emails. You don't want them to unsubscribe. They're loyal. They bought an item. It takes you 6 minutes to get this done, right? Suppress buyers from all sources: email, paid media, in-store, affiliates, marketplaces, all those places. You suppress them. Don't hit them. Respect, right? They bought array on Black Friday. Make sure you're not hating them again. Make sure you're not hating them on Saturday necessarily. Lift it on Cyber Monday, right? I think everyone should get a message on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, at least one. But you're suppressing your day of buyers and kind of respecting that fact that they bought something, and let your post-purchase flows, do the lifting for you, right? Kind of respect that. Quick hack. It's not a major hack. It's a really good one. 6 minutes, easy to do. Campaign hack number 10, add Black Friday to your subject lines. I found a 30% higher open rate when you add Black Friday to your subject lines, right? Litmus agrees. I think Email and Acid also agrees that you find higher results, right? Black Friday, Cyber Monday, put that in the subject line. You don't need to wing it with random, dancing around the message subject lines. Put in the name, at least 1 or 2 of them. You'll see much higher open rates, right? Here's an example. Black Friday right here, 65% open rate right there, 58% open rate, and on, right? As we get deeper into our segmentation file, we see, obviously diminishing returns on some of our dormant people, but 65% open rate, high click rates, more conversions, right? Just put Black Friday in the subject line. It's very simple. And then on Saturday, best of Black Friday, or Black Friday extended. And then Sunday, Cyber Monday starts now, right? It's very simple. These simple little things, you don't need to dance around it, right? It's just keep it simple, and that'll help you. It'll take you 7 minutes. Campaign hack number 11, really great one. We do this for every brand. Add gift cards to every template. Gift cards are a profit driver. Pure cash. When you add to your template, they click through, they're buying a gift card. They're giving you $100 for a chance to spend $100 later. Why not? Take the money, invest it, right? It's easy cash. Put the gift cards at the bottom of every template, sometimes at the bottom of every flow if you have a moment. And those gift cards will help you convert a lot more. It's like, again, why Starbucks asks you to load your card up with for your coffee, right? Because they can invest the money, right? It's like a bank. Will you use it? Maybe you won't use it, depending on the gift card. They may never redeem it, may never claim it. So throw it into your template. Why not? Right? Easy cash. That's campaign hack number 11. Should take you 15 minutes, right? Depending on the speed of your designer. And campaign hack number 12, add a resend to cart abandoners, right? Remember I talked about that Top Gun segment? If you add a resend towards the end of the day to people who abandon their cart, I know your flows are running, but you add another campaign, this should convert really well too, right? It takes about 17 minutes to create a really tight, good segment. We kind of really milk it and make sure we understand who we're targeting, who's a cart abandoner, how long can we target them for, when does the cart expire, type of things. So we really think about it really deeply, but you can add a resend to your cart abandoners. Quick win. Again, part of their Top Gun segment. right? It could be your topic and segment and then cart abandoners in the same campaign, right? So retarget them, try and get them across the finish line. Because again, remember back our strategy, clicks, right? Curiosity, curated clicks. Right now they're at the click phase, haven't quite gotten over the finish line. Now it's time to hit them. Now, those are the campaign power-ups, right? Let's talk about flow power-ups. What can we do to enhance our flows? Because the money is in the follow-up. So number 13 really, change your flow send timing to 30 minutes. 12 minutes to do this change. 12 minutes. Go to your flows, start reducing that time, right? Understanding that each one is staggered across the next. What do I mean by that? So if someone starts checkout, turn your wait period from, I don't know what it is, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever your wait period looks like, reduce it down to 30 minutes. Get it quick, right? Because the day is short. 30 minutes for checkout started. I like to add another 15 minutes for add to cart, right? Because let checkout started, then add to cart runs. You don't want to have crossover and get 2 emails in the same time span. Yes, you're suppressing, you're filtering. I never trust that. I always want to have an extra wait period, but then I wait 45 minutes for cart, and then I wait 1 hour for browse abandon, right? So I want to be able to reduce the timing it takes to get this into their inbox. If they didn't convert, I want to send a follow-up right away. The money's in the follow-up. You want to have speed to lead, as they call, right? And make sure that they convert as soon as possible, right? Get that email to them, get that message to them, get that call to them, making sure that the send timing is really quick and fast. Shouldn't take you more than 12 minutes to get this done. Flow hack number 14, turn off smart sending, right? Nothing's worse than having the skip recently emailed profiles on Black Friday. The way smart sending works, for anyone that is unclear, right? You send a campaign at 8 a.m., right? Someone clicks to the site and adds something to cart. They should get a cart abandoned within an hour, right? Within 30 minutes to an hour, as you saw from the hack 13. But if you have skip recently emailed profiles on, they just won't get it. They won't get it for 16 hours, right? And that's Black Friday's over. Miss that window. So remove that skip recently emailed profiles for Black Friday and for Cyber Monday, sometimes even the whole weekend, right? Because then you're just missing out on a ton of opportunity. You'd be surprised. These little settings in here cause a lot of brands to lose a lot of money, right? So really got to look at those settings really carefully, or have someone audit for you. We do that for brands, right? We do a quick audit on every little thing, find these little tiny power-ups that help them get to the next level. We call them quick wins in general, quick wins. And that's why we have our client retention rate is for years because of this attention to detail. So turn off smart sending ASAP. Takes our team 5 minutes. Flow hack number 15. I like to add a strip banner to abandon flows, right? Because this strip banner frames the cart abandon, frames the browse abandon a little bit differently. Now when people see that this is a Black Friday deal, and they know that there's a sale going on, or there's a code they need to use to get an extra discount, they'll pay attention to this a lot more. They'll react more. A quick strip banner, like Black Friday only. We have a GIF right here with 3 different slides that we're running out, right, for a brand. Black Friday only, 10% off, 20% off, Black Friday code, use your code, check out now with code this, right? All that will help you increase the clicks, increase the conversion rate. And that's what we want. An extra increase from 5 to 6% in your click rate. Go take conversion rate from 2% to 2.5%, right? These are the little things that enhance your brand. So add a strip banner to your abandoned flows. You can have to open them all up, add a strip banner in some cases, right? Takes our team 20 minutes to get it done. Right? We're fast. We have the templates done, the plan done. Everything for us is really fast, and we get things done for you. And these are going to help add more to your bottom line. That's hack number 15. Flow hack number 16. Similar style, add value props to your templates, right? Take your biggest value proposition. In this case, why shop early? Because you have Black Friday pricing now, right? Or $100,000 cash giveaway. That's a value prop for your entire holiday season. Add that value prop to every single campaign, but most importantly, every single flow template, right? If there's an extra value prop that says, enter to win a $100,000 cash giveaway when you order now, or when you buy now. I don't know the legalities of that, but you get what I'm saying, right? Order now, you'll be automatically entered. That's great to have in your cart abandon emails. It's a good subtle reminder for people to realize, oh yeah, I should get it from here. I can get this item from Amazon too, but guess what? If I order from you guys, I'll be entered into a giveaway. I'll order from you, right? You see the value you're positioning? I'm getting Here's a great example. 5-year warranty included, extended returns, free shipping. All these should be in your templates, especially your flows, your abandoned templates as well, right? Because that's going to give you that extra incentive for why they should buy from you and not from everyone else. Excuse me, total time takes about 20 minutes. Now that we're done with the flow hacks, the flow power-ups, let's talk about the multi-channel power-ups. Hopefully we'll run through the next few ones and it will still be really powerful for you, right? So number 17, reward and reinforce with SMS, right? You want to make sure that your SMS program is running in tandem with your email program. If you know our strategy for SMS, it's reward, reinforce, relationship. I'm zeroing in on the reward and reinforce portion right now. If you want to watch the whole strategy, there's a whole webinar for that on our YouTube channel. So number 1, reward your customers first with SMS, right? It's a very simple tweak. It takes our team 18 minutes to get that done. SMS, you send it early on Thanksgiving Day. That's in the reward phase. You're rewarding your SMS list first, and it's sent on Thanksgiving Day, for example. And then you send your email on Black Friday. And then touch 3, you send a reinforcing SMS. That's the one on the right, reinforcing SMS that says, hey, thoughtful moms shop early, or new deals added, or we think this would be great for you, or we picked this for you from all of the deals in Black Friday. We think you'll love this. And that enables you to reinforce your Black Friday campaign with your emails, right? On the left, you reward your customers first. On the right, you reinforce your Black Friday message with SMS. Quick hack, 18 minutes, right? Not hard to do. A lot of brands fall asleep on SMS during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They're too focused on their email. SMS gets your clicks way up, gets your traffic up, and that will help improve the emails you send out, especially if they're personalized. That's hack number 17. Power up number 18. Hack number 18. Optimize your SMS autoresponders. Go to your autoresponders for SMS. Optimize them for your holiday sale, right? There you go. Here's a great example on the left. Thanks for reaching out. We got your text and working on it. Not everyone has time to respond to all the messages you'll get on Black Friday, right? Your team is busy. Customer service inundated with requests. You don't always have time to check the text messages. And even if you did, you don't know what to respond. So put in here, it's our busiest time of the year, 30% off with code BFCM30, really attractive. And if you need to reach us, call us at this, right? You're reinforcing your Black Friday Cyber Monday offers within your autoresponders. And anyone that texts you, even unsubscribes, I believe, will get this, right? So it's a good way to reinforce your message and also make sure that customers know that they're being handled. Look at the one on the right. Heads up, our phone's blowing up this weekend because of our BOGO Black Friday sale. So we're sorry if we don't immediately respond. Customers like you love our chat, so we recommend starting chat with our live agent. To get answers in seconds, start a chat here. Okay? It's a good way to make a response that also kind of sells them a little bit, right? So now you're positioning the autoresponder to do a lot of your heavy lifting. And you'll be surprised how many people respond. They want to know, where's my order? I just placed it. Can I still get this discount? Or I ordered 7 days ago. Can I still get a discount? And whatever it may be, right? Your autoresponders are doing double the work for you. That's power up number 18. Takes about 12 minutes from our end. Power up 19, sync your Black Friday audiences with paid media, right? Really important to get all your channels working together. We typically send over some core segments over to our paid media team, right? Our Facebook ads should be retargeting these segments, right? Our Google ads should be retargeting these segments. But now's the time you can retarget Black Friday type of brands, right? So for example, we send over Black Friday buyers who bought today. We send over anyone who's retargeting for non-buyers, again, automatically updated. And then we also send over a list of people who bought from 2024 for Black Friday, Cyber Monday and did not buy today, right? Really important. They bought last year. You can have a whole separate message for these guys, right? Depending on how your paid ads team is running, different messages for different segments. And not many brands integrate everything into Klaviyo. They're just like, Klaviyo is my email platform. Well, no, it's your customer data platform, right? It's kind of your CDP, right? So if just syncing your audiences together could add an extra improvement in your ROI from all your marketing in general. Total time takes me 20 minutes. Takes our team 20 minutes. Build the segment, send it over, integrate it, all done. Now all your marketing is working a lot smarter and you'll be more profitable. Now, my last hack, my last multi-channel hack is a little controversial, but I like, I did it, right? This is kind of what worked for me. And what makes it controversial is that, we work with a lot of vendors and apps and third-party tools that do a lot of great things for us all year round. And as a VP of retention, I used to get pitched by them all the time. And I found that, you know what? I'm willing to try a free trial during this time period because, what could go wrong, especially if it's no code tech? If I had to open up the website and put in coding and disrupt my page, I'm not going there. I want no code tech. I want tech that can be layered on top of my website and not affect anything except improve my conversion. That's what I want, right? So there's a couple apps here, like I talked about Hotjar. You can create a free trial for Hotjar right now, 14-day trial. It'll last you throughout Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. The information you get from that is huge, right? You can elect to continue with it if you want to, but a free trial, why not? I screenshot because I'm not sure if they have a free trial, so I want to be crystal clear about that. But in general, they can layer onto your site and no developer needed, right? I don't need to get my developer involved. I don't need to break my website or run the risk of slowing it down. These are things that you can layer on top of it, and then it will enable you to actually convert more. So for the free trial, why not? Try it out. But I also recommend to go back to the basics. Remember the first 5 steps to success I mentioned was enhance your tech, making sure you know what technology you have and is it working at peak performance, right? That's the most important thing. If Klaviyo is not running at peak performance, what's the point? If Shopify is not running at peak performance, well, get those up and running first. And then layer on tech with some free trials. Again, when I was director of retention, not when I was VP, when I was director of retention, I added in a couple of these to be like, you know what? I need a better pop-up. It doesn't require any coding. Just put it on the website, get it done, no problem. And guess what? It created an extra, incremental 10% increase in revenue for some of these things, right? So that is really helpful. Total time, 30 minutes. We have a whole list of vendors that we can roll out pretty quickly. And there's one vendor we roll out really fast that will really crush it. You can also, comment in the, on my reach out directly and tell you more. That's our hacks. That's our 20 hacks for you to roll out. Huge. You put them all together, all that will equal probably 3 hours of work, right? What will it lead to? An extra $10,000 to $100,000 in revenue, almost instantly, right? Small little tweaks lead to great results. Why? Because you're increasing your clicks and you're increasing your conversions. That's the main goal, okay? Let's talk about a case study with a brand that actually implemented these tweaks as well as along with our strategy. So number one, this retailer went 198% revenue growth in October. They pulled holiday sales in earlier to October, grew up by $50,000 gain in October. They gained $195,000 in November, growing by 260%. And then December, they doubled their holiday sales and got another $100,000 in December, 90% growth in revenue from these tweaks and these hacks, okay? Take a look at their Shopify store, overall Shopify growth, $163,000 gain in October, right? It helped the overall brand in general. Everyone was rising. Facebook retargeting was rising. Google Ads retargeting was rising. SEO was set up, right? They had better landing pages. They have site speed corrected, right? They were able to pull holiday sales in earlier. Again, $180,000 growth in November per Shopify. And that also meant to reduce reliance on ad spend. Look at that big jump, right? Look at that big graph that shows a huge jump, a huge spike in purchases, right? Up 45%, conversion rate increasing, everything increasing, AOV increased, sessions increased, orders increased, all green. I don't see any red, right? And they have reduced reliance on ad spend in November. And then finally in December, they got repeat buyers and increased their lifetime value and was able to use those funds, the profits they gained and the revenue they gained to fuel their entire 2025, right? They're going to do the same thing. They're already on track to do the same thing this year, and it's going to help them win 2026, right? That's the beauty of it. That's why we're trusted by over 110 plus retailers and brands around the world. This is a huge win for brands, right? These tweaks will help you win the holiday season. Okay, we're a little over time. We'll end with a quick note here, right? And you're maybe wondering why you're still not ready for Black Friday yet, right? What's holding you back, right? If you're watching this webinar and you're probably looking at those hacks and those power-ups and those tweaks and you're like, wow, here I thought I was ready and I have more to do, right? And that's good. I understand it. But why weren't you ready? What's holding you back, right? What's causing you to fall on your face right now and say, oh my God, I wish I knew that? Well, it's not your fault. You've just been listening to the wrong people, right? You've been listening to freelancers, right, who specialize in design or specialize in copy or specialize in coding. They just know that one area and they make everything about that area. They have no strategy, right? There's no strategy to do it. They're a tactician. Or you listen to some sort of email marketer who talks about sending more emails and send more campaigns and do more designs and subjective stuff. And they're just going to burn your list to the ground and try to do it during Black Friday, the worst possible time to burn your list to the ground. And that's your email marketer. They're not really strategists, right? They don't understand where the problem is. You hire tactics, not strategy. You talk out customers, don't listen to them. You're manual when you should be automated. You focus on acquisition more than retention. You overspend, oversend, overwork, and get very little in return. And they're thinking at a 6-figure level. I'm not thinking at a 10-figure level, right? You're comparing yourself to 6-figure brands. You may be a 6-figure brand, but you should be thinking like a 7 or 8-figure brand, right? Think at a 10-figure level, focus on strategy first and tactics second, and you focus on the person behind the inbox, not just sending emails. The result is profitable, predictable, and sustainable revenue for your business. Not the tactics like write better copy, design better emails, or send more emails. That's just going to lead to diminishing returns overall. That's why brands are saying email marketers I hired never got the foundation down until you came along, or they found a freelancer and quickly realized they were wasting a ton of time. And agencies would experiment on their list, on their money, and they couldn't afford that, right? That's a lot of money wasted on winging it. Remember, I told you, we're not winging it anymore. We're winning it, right? Black Friday is the time to win it. That's why you're not getting off the ground. I'm going to change that in a second. Let's do a quick recap, though. Let's recap our Black Friday webinar, Black Friday Power-Ups webinar of shared why brands are leaving thousands on the table thinking they're ready. I revealed how there's more to do, right? You want to go from ready to record-breaking and how you could do this in just minutes. I put a timestamp on every single power-up for you. I've shown my 20-plus Black Friday power-ups I use for the billion-dollar brands for a $100 million weekend. I've highlighted a 7-figure case study and results when you roll this out. Now I'm going to share with you an offer to get this done, plus so much more in just minutes. We implement all those power-ups I just talked about for you in minutes and help your brand add an extra $10 to $50 to $100,000 with these hacks for a one-time fee. That's what we do. We implement it all done for you, right? In minutes, latest hours. We implement these power-ups in just 48 hours, all done for you. Want to give some time to get your stuff and give us access, things like that. It'll save you days and weeks of work. You're probably not going to be able to get it done by Black Friday at this point. You'll be able to capitalize on your busiest weekend. We turn it around in hours. We give additional tips not covered here. I only covered 20. There's more to do. We ensure your tech is 100% optimized, and we do a quick Black Friday sprint with you. And that will help you go from ready to record-breaking this year, not waiting till next year. You can do this. It's still Thursday. We've got 2 more days left, right? You can still implement these, and we'll do it for you. You go focus on running your business, making sure everything else is set, right? That's the key part. We get that done for you. The total value for that, for this expediting process, $1,400, right? Easily. I charge brands. We just had another client come back and come on board and say, hey, I need your help right away. It's almost Black Friday. I need your help. These are the type of things we charge for this last minute expediting. Bonus number 2, Black Friday Wingman. You'll get a Black Friday Wingman where we advise all Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend long. Free pre-Black Friday audit. We'll do a full 200-point audit for you. I'll give you advice on how to crush your costs from Klaviyo and actually segment better and personalize better. We'll give you direct one-to-one strategy and consulting and coaching for Black Friday weekend. Show you how to optimize your flows, again, with our 20 tweaks, 20 power-ups, but also more. And give you my copy and creative click enhancement plan, how to craft the right templates you can share with your designer, right? We just had another designer come onto our team and say, you know what? There's some extra enhancements we can add to some brands. Amazing. We have a $100 million Q4 campaign calendar we will give to you also. That's also $1,200 value that's coming in for free. I'm also going to give you access to my $1 billion email SMS content vault, my 40-plus video Mach 10 masterclass, my 330-page email SMS playbook, my 3 additional $100 million playbooks, custom roadmaps for email SMS and flows, AI for email cheat sheets. I have 200-plus email templates in our portfolio I give to you, and $100 million, I mentioned that before, full Q4 campaign calendar. That's bonus number 2. And the value of that is about $12,000. Sorry. We create all this content over the years, $12,000 value right there. Bonus number 3. You may think, oh, you know what? All that content is good, and I'm really glad about the audit, but I need access to you, Isaac, right? I need access to your expertise. You're the expert. Yes, we're the expert. I've made $100 million over Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, and you're going to get 24/7 access to me and my team. Me, high-level strategy. My team, high-level tactics, right? We will kind of give you guidance on how to think about it and also how to implement it, and we, in some cases, will do it for you. I'm a Loom master. We drop videos into Slack or Loom whenever you need. One-to-one calls if or when needed. A very quick huddle, right? For emergencies. I don't think there's any emergencies you don't need. We're head down on other things. But if you need a quick 5-minute huddle, let's jump on it. And we don't have bi-weekly group calls right now, unless for the rest of Q4. But for the rest of Q4, if you want to have some ideas and some thoughts about it, we can jump on a quick group call with some of our other clients and some of our other team members to talk a little bit about what else you could be doing. And because no one cares how much you know until you know how much I care, right? I want to be there for you. I want to make sure that you're winning the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend that you deserve. And finally, bonus number 4 is, again, we will do that full audit for your brand. Full 200 plus audit for 2026, right? It's one thing to win Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but if we can do a full audit on your brand, that's even better. Total value, $700 value right there. We'll do a full audit, list growth, review all your apps, all your metrics, give you a complete campaign teardown, full flow analysis, clear Q4 plan, plus my email ROI calculator. The value, again, is $700. And the cool thing about our email ROI calculator is actually reveal your revenue gap, right? You'll see, here's where you're at. Here's what your list looks like. Here's what the clicks look like. Here's what your conversion rate looks like in your AOV. Here's where you should be at versus what you're making right now, right? And you can see in that screenshot, there's a brand that's leaving about, $88,000 on the table every month. And it'll show you down to the number what you should be making. And then we'll help you, close it if you'd like. The total value of that entire plan is $17,000. I'm giving it today for just $997. So if you're watching this webinar, this is a great value for you to implement our power-ups, get my expertise on staff for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all for just $997, a one-time fee, no recurring fee, all done for you. Recap, total value, about almost $18,000. You get my Black Friday power-ups our team will implement for you in 48 hours or so. Our Black Friday, Cyber Monday Wingman package, which will allow you to have our team help and assist you to make sure your Black Friday, Cyber Monday is excellent. A free 200-point email and SMS audit, 200-point email SMS audit, $700 value. My own expert guidance, I get paid up to between $7,000 to $10,000 to consult with brands. So now it's just Black Friday. It's a $2,500 value that we do for brands, myself. And my full $1 billion content vault, $12,000 value. All that just for $997. You can go to go.highflyerdigital.com/powermeetup to get going on this plan, right? Very easy to get going. We make it super easy. Click the link below, click that link and scan it. Scan it right here. Scan this URL, this QR code, and you'll be able to get access right away. And we'll get moving within minutes after you sign up right there. Disclaimer, I can only take 4 brands. Like I said before, we just had another brand come on board last week with this plan. I only have capacity for 4 brands, and you probably, need to run fast, right? We get a lot of scans on this, but more importantly, there's no time. There's a very little amount of time. You're not going to get all 20 done in time. You maybe get 1 or 2 done. We get 20, right? So scan it. It's better use of your time, better use of your efforts. Focus your team on other things. We'll get it done for just $997 and assist you throughout the entire Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. It's a great way to get going right away. If you're worried about the cost, right, what do you need? An extra $1,000 this weekend pays you back instantly, right? If your AOV is $100, you just need 10 extra orders over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. What do you think is going to happen? Of course, you're going to get that. If your AOV is 200, just 5 more orders. If your AOV is 500, just need 2 orders to make that money back. It's extremely simple. Like I shared with you before, this brand grew by 195,000 in November. What makes you think you can't get an extra 5 to 10K to justify their ROI for just $997? Go.highflyerdigital.com/powermeetup. That's why our clients say, hands down, it's the best email SMS retention audit we've ever had. We've really helped brands get to the next level because I'm thinking at a 10-figure level for your sake. We're not thinking at a 6-figure level or a 5-figure level, nor are we thinking about just tactics like freelancers. We're thinking about real strategy from a former VP of retention at the billion-dollar brands. You had a level of expertise that we simply lacked, said this 8-figure Amazon brand and DTC brand. That's from Natalie. Email is our fastest growing revenue stream to our store. That's another 7-figure retailer right there, all for just $1,000. Get moving. You took our email program to a level I never knew about, says Debbie, 8-figure retailer. We doubled sales in year 1, but doubling them again this year was mind-blowing, said Ricky. Year 1, they came on board, doubled their revenues. Year 2, doubled it again because the strategies we put in place are actually living and growing and constantly optimized and constantly compounding. That's the magic of it. You've outpaced our growth from every channel, even Amazon, said Mark, a 7-figure DTC brand right there, right? Huge results. Even Amazon's not growing as fast as their email channel. One final recap. Total value, almost $18,000. We get your Black Friday power-ups, all done for you, one-time fee. That's a $1,500 value. Our Black Friday, Cyber Monday wingman package with my team helping, looking over your shoulder, coaching you, guiding you, $1,200 value. A 200-point email SMS audit, again, a $700 value. My specific expert VP level retention guidance over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Roll up my sleeves, help you out, help your team out, coach your team, give you some good guidance. A $2,500 value and a my full $1 billion content vault, my books, masterclass, lookbooks, playbooks, everything book, right? $12,000 value. All this content for you, just $997 at go.highflyerdigital.com/powermeup right there. That's why we're trusted by over 100 plus retailers and brands. And because the timing is so short, you got to jump on it, right? That's the key part. I want to help you stop winging Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Start winning it. Q4 and Black Friday does not reward hesitation. It rewards execution. The more you wait, the less you get done, the less you waste your biggest opportunity of the year. BFCM is the biggest time of the year for most brands. And if you have an opportunity to make more from it, that could be a game-changing way to end the year, okay? One last time before we end here, 4 brands only. I had to cross it out. I used to have 5 brands, 4 brands only. Total value, $18,000. You get our Black Friday power-ups that I talked about in this webinar, all done for you within 48 hours. Black Friday, Cyber Monday wingman, $1,200 value, 200-point email SMS audit, $700 value. My specific expert guidance, I'll dive into your Klaviyo, your OmniSend, your MailChimp, wherever it may be, give you tips on how to enhance it, $2,500 value. My full content vault, $12,000 value. All this today, just $997. Go.highflyerdigital.com/powermeup. Thank you very much for joining me on this webinar. I know you gave me another couple minutes here. This is going to help you take your Black Friday, Cyber Monday from just being ready to actually being record-breaking. And I myself know this because I've done it when my email platform crashed on Thanksgiving Eve. And if I can make an extra $20 million, not extra, but if I can make $20 million on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, even with a broken email platform, using these power-ups, you can easily make another $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 with these power-ups. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you learned a lot. I hope it kind of expanded your mind and realized there's a lot more to learn, a lot more to do. That's why we work with brands like you to help you get to the next level. Again, if I don't hear from you, no problem. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, wishing you a really successful Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Scan the link, book your time. It's a very easy time to get started, very easy way to get moving. But either way, I'm wishing you the most success this 5-day weekend. I'm super excited to see what you have out there. Don't hesitate to also reach out, in the comments or send us an email or DM, and we'll get started that way too. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you on the next webinar when we're planning out our 2026 plan together.